Hello IT Bros and welcome back to my IT workshop. So in this video I'm going to show you how to get a domain for your website. Maybe you have a business or something like that, or maybe this is a project for a school or any other kind of thing. So for that then I'm going to use Google Domains, which is a service from you guessed it, from Google. And if you notice, the icons are a little bigger because I have changed the resolution of my monitor so you can see it better, right? So the first thing you're going to need for this obviously is a Google account, which most of us have. And you just need a Google Gmail, and pretty much you can connect to Google Chrome and all the services that it has and all that, okay? So I'm going to show you another options as well. And obviously you are going to need something to buy it with a credit card or a debit card. I never tried with a debit card, honestly. I only tried with a credit card, but I don't see why it shouldn't work. So here we are. I open a web browser, google.com. I'm logging with my account. And that domain is normally the name of your website. Sometimes it's also the name of your company, like google.com or Google. Well, it's now called Alphabet or Amazon or Microsoft, and you can think of many other examples. So normally it's the name of your website and your business as well. So in that, having that in mind, if you don't have a Google account, obviously you can create one and all that. And like I mentioned, this is not the only way to get a domain, but in my opinion, it's one of the best because it's associated with your account. So what I'm going to type now is Google Domain Registrar, as you can see here, and I'm going to click on the first option. Now it's going to load, and this is my personal one. So in my case, I have bought, like last year, I believe, the domain myitworkshop.com after I created my channel, as you know. And I want to create a website. The thing is, I didn't really have the time, but I have my domain reserved, let's put it that way. Actually, you don't buy a domain, you lease a domain. So if you type myitworkshop.com in a web browser, it's not going to show anything because there's nothing. I haven't created anything yet. So I just wanted to show you that you can have it and not use it, which is not really good. So you can see here, privacy, I'm going to explain that later, and the expiration date, January 5, 2020. So in around 6 months, it's going to expire, so I have to renew it one more time. After you renew it, or if you don't want to, but once you have a domain, you can scroll down here. You can get a custom email address with as you can see here, you@myitworkshop.com, and this would add G Suite, which is the enterprise version of Google. You can get it, but of course this has a cost. This is more for enterprise, for companies, any size of companies that you can get it. So here you can see the amount, $12 plus taxes. And this is it's going to expire in January 5, 2020. Right now it's July, so I have a few more months until it's going to send me a reminder. Hey, you have to renew your domain. So another option after you have a domain is build a website. You don't exactly need it, but if you have it, it's more directed, so people can go directly to your domain. So these are the options. You can start a blog, something else, WordPress, online store, and all that. So if you choose any, you're going to start using Blogger, which, if I remember correctly, belongs to Google as well. But it's another option that you can use. If you use WordPress, you don't need a domain. You're only going to have an extension to it, kind of an extension. I'm going to explain that in a few more minutes. So now let's go back to the domains, and if you look to the left, you have all these icons, all this menu, and I'm going to look for a new domain. So I'm going to type something just to show you how it works. For example, I don't know, you can imagine anything that you might like your domain to be called, your website to be called. And in my case, I'm going to try something with breakfast, something with food, this breakfast.com. And as you can see, it's going to tell me, I look for it, and it's going to tell me that the exact match exists. So this domain, this exact name exists, which is $12 a year. And then you have another options like .org, which is for organization, .info, .net, .us, .biz, .info, well, I said .club, and you can see the different prices. For example, if you go to this breakfast.club, it costs, online, this breakfast.online, it costs $30. If you go to .club, it costs $30. So you have many options. If you don't find what you are looking for with the extension .com, you can find with some other extension like .net, for example. Let's try this breakfast. I believe we're going to try this supercomputer .net, but I believe I left a space there, so we're going to fix it. And now we're going to look for it one more time. So again, the exact match exists. So this domain is available to list. For example, this super.computer, and there are others that you cannot buy. For example, Amazon.com. You can buy anything. They are not available. Amazon.com, .org, .info, .net are not available. Most likely Amazon bought them, leased them all at the once, so they avoid scams. Some people to do a scam to their clients. For example, if I go down, I see book.tech. That one is $1,400 a year. I have no idea why it's so expensive. If you know, let me know in the comment section below, because it's interesting why it's so expensive. I really don't get it. Now, as I mentioned, the same might be true for Microsoft.com and for YouTube maybe, and many of the big companies that you can imagine. Now, I'm going to find something. As if you have been watching the channel, I like anime, and I grew up watching Dragon Ball. So I'm going to just make this up. I'm just going to type. Let's say you want to create a website for Dragon Ball. I don't know, and I'm going to type this Dragon Ball website.anime. And it doesn't exist, it's unavailable. So we're going to just go to .com to see what happens. And it tells me that this Dragon Ball website.com is available. It's $12 a year, and I'm going to choose it. So to see what are the next steps. So I go to my cart, and it's going to tell me this Dragon Ball website. The registration, privacy protection is on, which means that if somebody looks your domain, it's not going to tell who it belongs to. So your name is not going to show up, or the name of your company, or any of that. So that's a good thing, unless you want to sell it. For example, if you know in the future PlayStation 6 is going to come out, and you list the domain PlayStation6.com, maybe you want people to reach to you to say, hey, I want to buy your domain, and you sell it for a higher price. But that's not my case. And the other option that you can see there is auto renew is on, which means 15 days, I believe, 1 month before your domain expires, Google is going to send you an email saying, hey, it's going to expire and all that, so you want to renew it or not. Even if you have it, turn it on or off, it's going to send you an email. It's going to send you a reminder. So that's interesting. That way you can say, hey, I don't want to renew it, or yes, I want to renew it, and all that. So I don't see why you wouldn't leave this selected, so I leave it like that. And then we are going to go to checkout to see what's the next step. Of course, I'm not going to buy this domain because I don't need it. I'm just showing you how it looks. Now here is going to show your the email which you are using to buy this domain, your name, if you have put your name there, if you have your address and all that. And it's going to tell you that this website is available. It says $12 a month if you have Google Pay, which I don't have, and your credit card down there. So that's a way to buy from Google. Another way to do it is I have this famous website, which is Godaddy.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description below for all of them. And this is a website that I use for clients to buy domains. And this one is very famous. Like I said, if you go down, we can go to domains directly, and we're going to look for the same one. So for this Dragon Ball website.com. So we go search, and it's going to tell us it's going to cost us $11.99 per year, but it says the first year. Then it's going to go up to, we have to click that little thing, and $17.99, $18 a year. So what I like about GoDaddy, you need an account, of course, is that you can buy for more years. You can buy for 5 years, for 3 years, so that's pretty good. And the price goes down a little, so that's a good thing to do, especially for companies, I mean, so you don't have to think about this all the time. Another one is Wix.com. This one is to create websites. Again, I'm going to leave the link in the description below, and this video is not sponsored by any of the companies I'm showing you right now. It's just what I use kind of every day. So Wix.com allows you to create a website. It's really intuitive. You don't need to know HTML or something like that. It's just drag and drop. Wix especially has a free tier version where you can create your website. It's limited, of course, but you can create it. You cannot add your domain. You don't need a domain for the free one. And I'm going to show you that in a few more seconds. But for some reason, when I went to domains on Wix.com, I couldn't do it, which was very weird. Normally, you can look for a domain like we did in Google a few seconds ago, but I don't know if something only for today, but I couldn't do it. So I'm just showing you and trying, but I was not able to do it. So I'm going to go directly to the subscriptions, premium plans. And here is showing you all the premiums, excuse me, all the premiums that they have. But there is a free version here where you can get it for free. You don't get a domain. You have limited bandwidth and all that, but you can create a website. Maybe to try, maybe to do it for yourself. Maybe you have a project at university or school, or just for curiosity. I did it myself, but it expired. If you don't use it for a certain amount of time, it's going to expire. It's going to be closed. So that's another way. That's very interesting. This I advise you to do it if you want to create a website, if you want to start to know how to create a website. Now, the last one I want to show is a service that looks a lot like Wix. It's called Squarespace. Again, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. And in this one, when I look for a domain, it's working. So I'm going to type Dragon Ball website, this Dragon Ball website, and as you can see, the domain is available for $20 a year. So it's a little expensive, as you can tell. Squarespace doesn't have a free version. You have to pay for all of them. You have 7 days trial. It's really good, but after 7 days, you have to pay for it. So if you want to start, if you are curious about building a website that is really drag and drop, I would go to Wix.com. But there are other options as well, like WordPress and all, and there are Blue Apron, I think. No, that's another thing. WordPress is another option, a free option. So that's what I wanted to show you today, guys. A way to buy your domain using Google, which is a service I'm sure most of us have. So you can do it from Google itself, from your account. Now, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any other comment or question, leave it in the comment section below. And if this is your first time in the channel, look around. Maybe you are going to find something that is useful to you. So thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.